Okay. Lost love, cause I refuse to find it. How you real, you cross me, when you know I'm solid. Wonder how you feel, like is it on your conscience? So deep, the pain ain't stopped. Pain ain't. Lamar Jackson, out of pocket. Weird, cause you used to play like Kaepernick. We got the past that sad to say, but you know I'm master. Do no peace treaties, it's forever up. The beat your feathers up. Ever when shorty said don't leave out. You ever seen your homies? I'm talking pain. Some of my look like Ruby Rose. Like Bay used the rose. No, you ain't love me, but tell them how though. Cause I noticed the bad acting like still in tune with the streets. See, I can hear the got me staying on point. I feel like Derek Fish. Hurt, man, I had to cut off my sisters. Almost on the fanny, blitz me for a picture. I'm paranoid, so proceed with caution. When I'm mad, I got an attitude like Steve Austin. My dog and we all lost. Ain't no more.
And I was 14 with a small lock. No more fair ones, now we all hopping. This shit got a kick, but it's not boxing. 100 on my body, that's a regular outing. Trying to net 100 million, I can't get it from browsing. I can't get it from scrolling, I used to get it from housing. On the 4th floor in there, and she trying to give me 1,000. Sneaker money. You know you lying, why you speaking funny? The fact, why you speaking to me? Put my phone on D&D for all the leeches. Touring foreign beaches and probably somewhere in Ibiza. Maybe on the road with Albie, 4 O's like an Audi. You know my rebels rowdy. Don't move me like a Lambo on South Beach, that's regular. Always doing. When you up, they start hating, that's how the rhetoric get. Fall back, they try to play you like you never been lit. I had to attain everything.
Alongside Hall of Fame. Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. This is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. And of course, Jackson Hayes. Well, the team moving on here without him.
You never want to lose a player with his talent. However, for the guys in the locker room, they might not admit it, but some of them are going to enjoy new opportunities. The new roles and responsibilities might ignite this team a little.
Now here's Poole. Nails it from 3. And this, a rivalry that spans across conferences, Stan.
Yeah, look, Brian, they've had their battles over the years, and the fact that they only play each other twice a season adds to the magnitude of the matchup. It's going to be intense.
Making a statement here early, going right to the rack. I love it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, you want to be aggressive and get the other guys on their heels.
Now here's Barnes. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. Boston ball. About a minute played here so far in the first. Pass to Poole. Back to Brunson. Let's go with a three. Buries it from three.
You know, some threes look better than others, and Brunson's lefty stroke from three is a beautiful thing.
Now here's Simons. He's averaging more than 12 a game. A consistent threat on offense. Walter from outside. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Now here's Brunson. And the call will be against John Collins. That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Gordon on the wing. Taking a look at his production. Averaging just over 8 points a game. Pass to Barnes. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Maybe the results haven't been there in recent seasons, but the Jazz have an exciting young core, Coach.
Yeah, they do, B.A. They've focused on youth, and some of those guys are developing into very good players. If this core stays in place and gels and they can add to it a little bit, watch out for this Jazz team.
Now here's Brunson. Hovering around 19.5 points a game. His scoring has been huge for them. And Gordon with the big finish.
Control, poise, strength, all of the above by Gordon there.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Will Hardy, and it's no surprise that Jalen Brunson is at the top of the scouting report. Coach told me Jason is a 3-level scorer and a master of the pick and roll, and no matter what you do, you can't speed him up. He's going to read the defense, play at his pace, and try to pick you apart. It's always a chess match against Brunson, guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Screen by Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish.
Well, Gordon does his job on the screen and gets rewarded with the bucket.
Pass to Walter. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Driving in. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Left side Brunson. And here's Barnes. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Jazz trail by 3. Here's Davison. Now Holmes. Out to the right wing. Shot clock at 5. The Jazz need to get one up in a hurry. Utah with another miss. Celtics lead by 3. Outside Brunson. Fires top of the key. And Holmes pulls it down.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Pass to Davison. Knocked away. And stolen by Brunson. It's Barnes on the wing. Launches it. Again, the miss by Boston.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Now here's Brunson. Outside Barnes. Back to Brunson. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It goes on Denny Avdia. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Now here's Avdia. He's scoreless. Here's Davison. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Avdia. Over Barnes. The Jazz again can't hit.
The defender takes away his space and any chance of him making that shot.
Here's Davison. On the take. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Celtics lead by 3. Brunson with it. He's got 5. Lets it go from the wing. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. Brunson's got 7 points.
And so effective from these in-between spots. Brunson doesn't need much room to feel comfortable.
It's Avdia on the wing. Shoots over Barnes. Avdia, good.
You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
And here's Brunson. He has 7. Down low. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Jazz trail by 5. Here's Wells. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Simons outside. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Now here's Merrill. Pass to Watford. Just 5 on the clock. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. Now Simons. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Now here's Simons. .136 left to play in the first. Pass to Wells. 14 feet away. Good on the bucket. The Celtics with the lead. Merrill outside. Here's Bogdanovich. .111 left to play in the first quarter. 5 to shoot. Hauser. And it's off from three-point range. And the Jazz with possession. Simons outside. Here he goes. Pass to Wells. Here's Walter. Defended by Bogdanovich. There's 39 seconds left in the opening quarter. And he misses the go-ahead basket. To the inside. Here's Watford. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Simons outside. Pass to Wells. From behind the arc. It's deflected. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Boston out in front. They lead by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with... Man, some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
Simons with it. Pass to Walter. The rebound by Eubanks.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
And here's Merrill. Poole outside. Pulls up on the wing. Collins with the rebound. Jazz trail by 3. Pass to Simons. There's the drive. Here's Walter. To the middle. Here's Collins. And then it's Collins with the dunk.
Yeah, tough-nosed veteran. Collins is no stranger to having to overcome aggressive defense.
Well, the Jazz are one of just 10 NBA franchises to never win a championship, Grant.
Yeah, you know, it's so hard to believe considering they have the 4th best winning percentage in NBA history. Think about it. If it weren't for one Michael Jordan, they'd probably have 2 rings.
Here's Simons. Banked it in off the glass. Simons gotten his 2nd bucket on the night.
So quick. Simons using that burst to get to the rim.
it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
And it's Simons with the ball for the Jazz. They trail by 1. Collins a screen. Pass to Holmes. From deep. Oh, can't get it. Misses his first attempt. Here are the Celtics with the ball. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Brunson. The kick out to Poole. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Holmes.
Celtics substitution.
Here's Gordon.
Number 40, Harrison Barnes.
Poole outside. Back to Barnes. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish.
Well, Gordon is known for his athleticism, and he loves rising up to throw it down.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Now here's Avdia. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Pass to Wesley. It's tipped. And stolen by Brunson. Poole outside.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Gordon left side. Outside Brunson. It's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Jazz trail by 3. Here's Wesley. Inside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first.
Well, Stan, in this league, the opportunity always exists to make a name for yourself.
It certainly does, Brian. And guys that maybe haven't gotten their opportunity, if they're ready when they get it, then they're going to burst onto the scene, and they'll no longer be under the radar guys. Look at a guy like Jalen Brunson, second-round pick. Bench guy in Dallas for a long time, and then now an all-star.
Eubanks up top. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Gordon. Launches a 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Wesley. No points so far. Over to the wing. The 3. And another miss by Utah. The Celtics with the lead. To the paint. Here's Gordon. Poole for 3. Look at Poole showing the range.
No waiting around from Poole. He got rid of it quickly.
Here's Wesley. Pass to Terry. Here's Clowney. Defended by Gordon. Off the outside. Out to the wing. Here's Terry. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. Celtics lead by 4. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Clowney. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. Pass to Wesley. 6 to shoot. Here's Terry. There's the triple. He drains that one after 2 misses. Now 1 for 3.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
Brunson taking his time here. Up top, Barnes. The kick out to Brunson. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Defensive Player of the Year 4 times over, Stan. Rudy Gobert tied for the record.
Yeah, Brian, alongside Dikembe Mutombo and Ben Wallace, and Gobert's capable of getting another one, too, assuming his countryman, Victor Wembanyama, doesn't start taking the reins.
And that'll be Utah's ball as it goes out of bounds. Jazz able to keep possession. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And they forced the shot clock violation. Great D.
Celtics ball.
A tight game here in Utah. Brunson inside with the finish.
Now, he may only be 6'1", but Brunson plays much bigger than that. I mean, he plays with a physicality.
Simons outside. To the inside. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Brunson. Boston making a switch here.
Number 12, Sam Merrill.
Now Simons. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Wells. From the arc. And it's Merrill who clears it away. Celtics lead by 3. To the wing, right side. Hauser. Off the mark there with a 3. Simons with it. Takes it inside. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Celtics. Boston on offense. They're off to battle the Trailblazers after this one, as they'll be playing at Moda Center. That'll be the second game of a 5-game road trip. To the left wing. Bogdanovich up top. Utah grabs the miss. And here's Simons. Picked by Holmes. Simons outside. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
5 to shoot. Right wing. Here's Walter.
They look frustrated right now. Nothing seems to be falling, and it's starting to get to them.
Pass to Hauser. Merrill, right side. Down low. The kick out to Williams. And he goes in for the dunk.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback. Ouch.
That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Back to Simons. Pass to Wells. They still need this. Hits a three-pointer. Wells has got 5 points.
Well, looking at Simons' assist numbers, they've skyrocketed over his time in the NBA.
Merrill outside. Oh, got a piece of it. Simons with a steal. "52 seconds left in the first half. Over to the left wing. Here's Wells. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. The Celtics with the lead. Merrill outside. Pass to Hauser. Now here's Merrill. Clock at 6. The kick out to Williams. Shoots over Simons. And Holmes pulls it down.
Can't blame him. Just trying to take what the defense allows.
To the middle. He nails it, and we're tied. Holmes has gotten his first bucket of the night.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Three-pointer. Knocks down the long J. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Boston out in front. They lead by 3. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. And it's Simons with the ball for the Utah Jazz. It's a three-point game. Inside. Here's Walter. Tipped. To the paint. Here's Williams. Outside Bogdanovich. And again, Boston with the triple.
When Bogdan is set in the corner, feed him. He loves those shots. Can make him in his sleep.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Jazz trail by 6. Here's Davison. Pass to Gobert. Here's Terry, guarded by Poole. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Gobert. Off target at the rim.
Their strong work ethic has been evident on the glass, really getting after it and being physical.
And that one's good. Poole.
The assist.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. And here are the Jazz, trailing by 8. All right, Grant, what do you think about Jordan Poole's nickname, the Poole Party?
Oh, it's very apt, right? Because when he's on, everyone is having a good time. But it also speaks to his relaxed attitude. He's out there to shoot and have fun while doing it.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, "I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning." Brian, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. Pass to Terry. Beyond the arc. He's off on that one.
Not a great start to the second half, just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Poole outside. Left side Brunson. Utah grabs the miss.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. To the inside. Strong finish by Gobert.
What a slam by Gobert. He's solid getting positioning inside and using it to his advantage.
Outside Barnes. To the right side. Outside Brunson. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Jazz trail by 4. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Pass to Gobert. He shoots it. Collins, no good.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
Outside Brunson. Now Poole to the middle. Stan, another head coach from the Greg Popovich tree. Will Hardy, who started his career in San Antonio.
And there have been a lot of successful guys that have come through the Spurs organization. Will Hardy is just another one who is developing into an outstanding NBA coach.
And we all know about Stan the analyst and Stan the coach, but when you played in college, what was your game like, Stan?
Hey, Brian, I had the game that would get you beat as a coach. I will say my greatest strength was this. I was never once accused of overpassing.
The black hole. That is Stan Van Gundy. Down low. Merrill outside. To the inside. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. And the Celtics lead by 8.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Pass to Gobert. Collins right side. To the wing on the left. Here's Davison. Here's Gobert. Off target with a jump hook. Bogdanovich with it. He takes it in. Back to Merrill. And here's Gordon. Sinks it from distance. Gordon's got 9 points.
Well, confidence isn't something that Gordon is lacking. He thinks his shot is there, so he just takes it.
To the left side wing. Collins outside. Here's Davison. They need this. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Boston?
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter.
Pass to Gordon. Back to Merrill. Outside Bogdanovich. Here's Gordon. Shoots over Collins. Gordon can't hit. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Coach, it's interesting to watch the career path of Aaron Gordon. He's gone from one role in his previous stop, then he arrives to the Nuggets in a completely different role there.
Yeah, Brian, he's become more of a third or fourth guy, and he's embraced the change. Everybody wants to be that number one or number two guy, but you've got to play a role to be a winner in this league.
And it's resulted in championships.
It sure has.
Jazz trail by 8. Now here's Simons.
Stay there.
Pass to Clowney. Here's Wells. Williams grabs the board.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
Brunson with it. Now guarded by Simons. Hauser. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Hauser's got 6.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Out to the right wing. Here's Clowney. Nice shot from the wing. Here's Brunson. 9 points in the game. Outside Bogdanovich. Outside Williams. The kick out to Brunson. That three's off the mark. Jazz trail by 9. Pass to Simons. Holmes with it. Williams defending. Here's Walter. He's got 7. Here's Clowney. He shoots. Williams grabs the board.
And it seemed like they lost track of time. The shot clock, in that case, got the better of them.
Pass to Bogdanovich. No good on the triple. Here's Walter. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
Here's Brunson outside. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 12.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Now Simons for 3. Clowney can't get it to go. A minute 53 left in the third quarter.
Utah foul. No. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Inside. Pass to Hauser. The kick out to Poole. Fires from deep. Collins with the rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jordan Poole. That's his first foul of the game.
I have to admit, it's always a tough decision for the ref on the block charge call.
Collins outside. Here's Simons. Can't hit from the elbow. Boston leading by 10. Pass to Hauser. Now Williams. The kick out to Poole. And the three-pointer goes. Poole's got 11 points.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Apia left side. Collins outside. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Terry. The three ball. Rebounded by the Celtics. Williams with it. Picked up by Collins. Now here's Williams. And the ball out of play. The Jazz will have it. Here's Simons. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Driving to the basket. Pass to Terry. Utah with another miss. Here's Hauser. And again, Boston with the triple. And so it's Boston with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. And they've got a comfortable lead in large part due to their three-point. And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Here's Brunson. For three. They grab their own miss. Poole for three. And that one goes. He's shooting 5 of 9 in this one.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Simons with it. pass to Terry.
Well, that's only his first turnover of the game, but you know he'd like to have that one back.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Boston leading by 19. And here's Brunson. Poole outside. Back to Brunson. Fires the three. Avdia pulls it in.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Simons outside. To the middle. Here's Collins. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Yeah, we know Collins is great from distance, but I'd like to see him inside even more often.
Outside Brunson. Pass to Gordon. Poole outside. Just 5 on the clock. The three from Barnes. Hits the trifecta.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
Simons outside. And one of the findings in a recent league report, Stan, back-to-backs, not a major risk for injury, it seems.
Well, you know, Brian, I had a player that I greatly respected tell me that his preference would be to play 41 back-to-backs during the year because then you get 2 days off in between games. That really what was harder was playing every other day and never getting a break of a couple of days. So, look, you have to play through a lot of different situations and things, but I think back-to-backs are certainly overestimated.
Interesting. Something to consider for sure. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. When you're casual with the ball, it can come back to bite you.
Yeah, B.A., playing loose can help you and hurt you. They really need to tighten it up.
And there's the drive. Avdia from outside. Drains the triple.
Since halftime, they've been chucking up more shots from beyond the arc, trying to score in chunks.
Left side Brunson. Pass to Gordon. And the call will be against John Collins. That's his third foul of the game.
First team foul. Checking in for the Celtics.
Gordon right side. Outside Brunson. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Brunson's got 5 points in the quarter.
And, man, you got to appreciate how efficient Brunson is. I mean, he takes and makes high-percentage shots.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan.
Let's go. Next drive is all good.
Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Here's Wesley. Drives to the hoop. Pass to Wells. There's the three. The rebound by Eubanks.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Back to Bogdanovich. Outside Barnes. To the paint. Gordon, left side. Shot clock at 6. The shot by Merrill, no good. Here's Utah. Here's Wesley. Stan, as a coach and now a broadcaster, you've gotten to visit all the great cities the NBA has to offer. Can you give us a favorite?
So, Brian, you're going to try to get me in trouble here. I'm going to give you one city and offend 29 other fan bases? Not a chance. I love all the NBA cities.
Not like you not to take a stance. Here's Wesley. Out left to the wing. Wells, that's good.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Pass to Eubanks. Gordon with it. Up top Barnes. Lets it fly. Offensive rebound. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, when Gordon is on his game, he affects every part of the game at both ends.
And he drops the first. Second free throw, no good. Here's Wells. Clowney can't get it to go.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
And the foul called on Harrison Barnes. That'll be a second foul of the game.
First team foul. Celtics substitution. Trendon.
Here's Wells. Pass to Walter. All right, Stan, what's one rule you'd change if you could be commissioner for a day?
Well, first thing I want to know, Brian, if I get to be commissioner for the day, for that day, do I get Adam Silver's salary?
100%.
Brian, I'd get rid of all the replays.
All the replays. No more reviews. Human factor.
No reviews, no challenges. Let's play the game and keep the flow of the game going.
Watford with a screen. 6 to shoot. And a miss there on the triple.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Here's Wesley. To the wing, right side. Walter from outside. Drops in the 3.
I mean, I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
It's Merrill on the wing. Here's Watford. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
3 points.
And looking to shoot as many threes as possible. This kind of confidence, impressive to see.
Pass to Walter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Bogdanovich. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
On defense, the Celtics. Here's Wells. 4 on the clock. Pass to Wesley. No one near him. That shot off the mark. Boston leading by 22. Now here's Eubanks. Now Bogdanovich. Merrill up top. Shoots over Walter. A shot by Merrill, no good.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
Over to the wing. Here's Walter. Coach, what's the challenge of NBA travel like?
Well, look, all of us in the NBA just have to come clean on this. We travel on first-class charters. We're taken care of as well as you can possibly be taken care of. It's just that there's a lot of travel in an NBA season, and if you're on the coast, you probably feel it a little bit more even than the teams in the middle of the country.
Right side, Brunson.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Again, the miss by the Celtics. When you look at all the turnovers, boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
Here's Wesley with the drive. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
55. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
First one falls for him. Boston making a switch here.
Wesley taking 2 shots.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
He's going to be kicking himself all night. This isn't the time to be wasting opportunities.
Here's Brunson outside. Clowney pulls it in.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes. And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Celtics.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And it was a team effort tonight, collecting their 39th victory of the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And while there were some guys out there that played well, what really stood out was the production for Jalen Brunson.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
Inside. Here's Wells from 13, and another miss by Utah. Barnes feeling it out a bit. Pass to Williams. And here's Brunson. Here's Shireman. Now here's Barnes. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Here's Wells. Missed it. So we see the Celtics taking the W here to walk into enemy territory.
Rule number 2, stand on business, move like a boss. Walk in sacks, filth, pick it up, I ain't checking, I know. Rule number 3, the beef, let's get eat. Rule number 4, never be butter, let's move.